Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to race number 10 here at the Season 7 NRSL Universal Orlando Cup Series here at Atlanta Motor Speedway, your throwback race weekend. This is where all the throwbacks, well, at least a good majority of the throwbacks, are shown here today. And it wouldn't be complete without Throwback Race Week with a good throwback driver that, I'll tell you what, man, if it weren't for him, the throwbacks would definitely not be a thing. I am joined here by James Qualls, driver of the number 70. First off, thank you for joining me in the booth, and I tell you, we got a lot of colorful cars out there, especially the ones who got the throwbacks out today.
Oh yeah, and we usually like in any NR series we actually usually associate throwbacks with Darlington, but which I'm sure a lot of people still do, but unless you're in my series and every race is a throwback, but nonetheless, but yeah, looks like we got a competitive field here in Atlanta, and looks like see what happens here today.
If you can't tell by that Southern accent with all that history right there, boy, you're going to be in for a show. Let's get on down to your starting lineup. On the pole, we have Alex Drayton, so he will be in the Budweiser shootout for next season. Start next to him, we got Dylan Pote. He's running the X-Side colors. It's a good throwback to Jeff Burton right there. Third, Zach Rogers. Fourth, Seth Cole running that Snickers Skull Chevrolet. That's a good throwback right there, back in the 90s right there. John Art in the 05 running that good old Tony Stewart right there. Starting fifth, Cap Batson. Seventh, Benjamin Miles. Good old Richard Petty colors, can't go without that. RJ Bishop, if you can't see, we'll go to the rear chase here just for the time being. The Dale Jr. Exalta car there. Ninth is Nathan Hudson, the Dennis Anderson tribute of Gravedigger. And completing the top 10 is Audra Baranowskis. Obviously, she's not running a throwback. And here's the rest of her starting lineup. And as we go through the lineup, a lot of colorful schemes you can see, like Kyle Matthews, and even some out-of-the-ordinary ones. But what do you think is going to be the goal here for the drivers coming to Atlanta?
Well, Atlanta's a very competitive track, as everybody in our community knows. I mean, and let's face it, we've seen some classic Atlanta finishes without question over the years. I mean, Edwards and Johnson, Harvick and Gordon, Earnhardt and Labonte. I mean, it's happened. But I think it doesn't matter where you started at Atlanta. It's gonna be where your position you're gonna be at in the end.
So we'll see what happens. Of course, we're going to be here for 49 laps. Pit stops will be on the final row. You kind of seen it. It was Scott Roush and Anthony McCurry. Roush running that throwback to Matt Kenseth right there. And I think the ones that really stood out the most, Meyer Racing, if you've noticed carefully, they're very out of the ordinary. 1960s and 1970s throwbacks cars right here. You can see with the 51 of Meyer, the 54 of Joshua Sokol, you see not too far ahead, in that white car on the outside line. And then Philip Parker in that yellow car there. And also the one that really stood out, Kev Shearer's number 00 Cheez-It Chevrolet, the Buckshot Jones colors. But pace cars down pit road. We're about ready to turn them loose here. 49 laps of action. Here we go. Green flag is out. We're underway for Throwback Race Weekend at Atlanta.
And by the way, in case you're wondering, we left our Casey Atwood Retro in Johanna Atwood Motorsports garage area in Kentucky.
In case you're wondering, too. Qualls is actually running that... Castrol GTX colors right there in that number 70 car, so good to see that out there for the race weekend. And of course, we're right now, of course, green flag racing, but leading the first lap, look, it's the non-throwback car, Zach Rogers going to lead them out. Now here comes Cat Batson, the Ford Mustang. Now obviously you've known Keith for a while there, Qualls. He likes to be different. He's out of the ordinary. If people are driving Fords, well, he's not going to drive the Ford Fusion. In this one, he's driving the Mustang. As you're already hearing a little bit of cars scraping the wall, but is this just normal for Batson?
This don't look good. 3 wide for about 2 laps deep right here.
And look at this coming for the lead. That's Alex Ferranti in the 84s. Hudson will lead the lap. 4 wide for third there. That's Kyle Matthews. Oh, hang on to it, Kyle, and he's gonna. That 84 car, that Ally Chevrolet, the Brian Vickers colors. That's the Brian Vickers 2006 car there. As, Hudson really in the wall there. Painted by DeMax right there. As, man, the 11 car really into the wall there. See if we get him. Wow, he went from the top of the position to leading to into the wall. And that Gravedigger Toyota all the way falling back.
Not often you see a monster truck paint scheme in our offline race, but we got one now.
That is a first. Nathan Hudson, of course, from Hudson Racing Tech. Driving that number 11 for sure. And Although he got sent to the rear from scraping that wall a good majority of the way there, still, we got plenty of laps. There's 49 laps of action, so I wouldn't worry too much.
Plus, don't you know that grave digger paint scheme? They like to have those big, tall tires like the monster trucks got now.
Oh, man, look at this up in the front. Kev Shearer. Now Cody Lamas 3 wide for the leadoff, Zachary Fitzwater.
It's going to make it stick to, and inside, it's obviously plain to see the inside line's going to be the line that works here today. Is but there's some tracks the outside lines can work better than the inside, but not this version of Atlanta, obviously.
No, especially with the pack coming on in, that inside line is just too dang powerful. Now, if there wasn't a lot of cars, maybe it would, with an exception, because we've seen actually the middle line actually can use it pretty good, but as far as the highlights concerned, there's no grip, as Charles Sanford will lead that lap. That's the throwback to Kevin Harvick's 2004 Reese's colors right there. Very well-known throwback there, and if you've noticed carefully, James Qualls and Scott Roush, they started in the last 2 rows on the inside line. It took them 7 laps. They're already up to the front of the field.
Take it from me. Though. A lot of times, as quick as you can shoot to the front, you go backwards in a hurry as well.
But it could play as a factor in case we do go caution-free, though. So you never know what really could happen. Now Hudson's in the rear of the field. You just seen right there, Phil Parker. Now, I believe my memory serves me correctly about this 15 car. From what I have gathered, this is a 1966 throwback. A 1966, if I've heard that correctly. If I'm wrong on that, I am terribly sorry, but I'm pretty sure it was a 1966 there. But a very interesting choice, though, by Meyer Racing, if you've noticed that, too. All 3 of those cars, the 15, 51, 54, they got a simple scheme, but very unique, though. Completely out of the ordinary.
I'm a little rusty on 60s throwbacks too. I mean, with the exception of obviously Richard Petty and maybe also the K&K Insurance 71 car, which actually ran up into the these. But
definitely so. Anthony McCurry in the Zoo York Chevrolet. He actually started dead last this race. Will lead that lap over Jessica Shelton. That's another car that's had a very interesting throwback. How about a 1950s throwback there?
I believe that she ran a 50 throwback one time, I think, too. I think where she ran an old Johnny Mance paint scheme from the Southern 500, from when he won the Southern 500 in 1950.
And that is ironic enough the car that's shown here. If you look very carefully, it may not look like a whole lot. Try to see if you got a really good angle here. But if you nose very carefully on the side, you can see the Mountain Dew spiked stuff in Florence, South Carolina, where she's from, on the side of her car, which is very unique for a paint scheme. And I believe Seth Cole, yes, he did. He actually made that scheme, too. So, very nice indeed.
Yeah, hard to believe the Southern 500 has been a race that's been going on for, well, as of this year, 6, I think, years, I think.
Somewhere around there. Oh, my. 4 wide toward the rear of the field. That's Keith Batson in that scenario. Now, oh, there goes Phil Parker, the 15. And that will be a yellow. Oh, another car seen. It's Nathan Hudson. He's gonna not hit the wall, however.
Oh.
Good save. However, the caution will definitely be out. And Phil Parker got a lot of damage off the left front as Michael Walton led that down. Oh, I don't like where this is here. Uh-oh.
Driving a part of Nathan Hudson for keeping it off the wall, too.
Well, looks like these drivers, I think they're going to keep it together. I'm not too certain, but they're trying to figure out where they are in line. You can see the skid marks. I'm amazed how Hudson kept it together to not hit the wall to begin with, but looks like they're going to keep it together.
And maybe coming in for pit road for pit stops, too.
Definitely so. Hudson already down. He's already getting that damage repaired. And definitely so. The leaders are coming down for sure. Apparently, Eric Burton and others got ahead of the 2 car, but I don't think that's going to matter, I guess. See just about every driver coming on down, too, along the way. And even though it's lap 14 of 49, do you think it's a good idea to go strategy calls, or do you think that's a little too risky right now?
If it on when about the yellow stall, I guess.
Oh, a little bit of congestion on pit road there. That was Michael Walton, and it looked like Seth Cole right there. Hudson is going to be a lap down right there in the 11, and I noticed Dylan Poteet's got some left side damage in that next side Chevrolet. I don't know if you've noticed that.
it's a little blurry on my end, but I think he does look like
You'll kind of see it when he's on pit road. Let's see if we can get a really good angle. Oh, he does have a little bit. You can see that little scratch on the number there. That's just the way how the cars are designed. That's from hitting the wall right there.
Notice it took a little bit took quite a while for the team to
repair. Yeah,
repair the damage. Yeah.
Well, we are under caution for the first time today here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. A crash involving Nathan Hudson and Phil Parker. Eric Burton, your leader. Let's go take a look at ourselves our first caution for today's race here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Well, we are back, and you take a look at what happened with Phil Parker. You notice right behind him, Alex Ferranti, Dylan Pote, they were really leaning on each other, and even Keith Batson a bit as well. And they were 4 wide coming off of 2. There was no way they were going to hold on to it.
Hope you get now 3 wide. 3 wide in some of the racetracks is tricky enough, but 4 wide, it's a certain wreck in most places.
You see a good miss, though, by Dylan Pote, Alex Ferranti, Zachary Fitzwater. Now watch, Ron Bishop's going to get by that Mountain Dew Dodge, and then Nathan Hudson, nowhere to go, just gets clipped in the left front. And you see the Gravedigger Toyota, he's actually sliding on the apron, which can have a little bit of grip, not a whole lot, but you can see Hudson's really trying to hold on to the brakes for dear life, and I mean, he's got to be really mashing the brake pedal here, and look at how close he is from hitting the wall here.
I
think right there.
I think I can see him in the cockpit too. I think the brake pedal stood. I think there's a dent in the floorboard where he slammed on that brake pedal.
I would not be surprised. Look at how close though Nathan Hudson was from hitting that wall. We got to get to that angle because I want to say we got to check out the rear. Look how close that is. You know what that reminds me of? Remember when Jimmy Johnson crashed at the qualifying crash at Dover? Yes, and you know how close it was. Look how close he is from hitting the wall without hitting it. That is unbelievable. He did not hit that wall, but wow, that is amazing. Good job by Nathan Hudson out of HRT there, because that just shows his veteranship alone in the NR community.
Great driving skill on the part of Hudson, too.
Definitely, for sure. Caution's out. Let's take you back to the green. Well, welcome back. Pace cars giving us the 1 lap to go. No one is out of the race. However, Hudson is a lap down in 42nd. So let's get you your top 10 rundown. They include Eric Burton, Joshua Osborne, Trent Dunham, Michael Walton, Brett Pritchard, Cody Lamas, Benjamin Miles, Kate Anderson, Jeffrey Finguy, and Kat Batson. That completes your top 10. Green flag back underway here at Atlanta, and I'm surprised Hudson did not get going in that 11, but I think because of that damage he received on the left front, that's really going to affect that Gravedigger Toyota.
Sure is, and Hudson's going to hold up an inside line as well as they come off turn number 2, and a lot of drivers ain't going to be happy with him over that one.
No, and for getting hit and actually saving the car from hitting the wall, that's just a tough break right there. Wow, Johnny Gardner made a risky move on Kyle Keith, kind of forced him up, almost got into Hudson there. They're going to keep it together, though.
Johnny using a side draft on that all-tail Ford there, too.
Yeah, they're keeping it together for now, though. They're not really making too risky moves, but, man, the one driver is really taking a big loss out of all this is Ember Ross in that 77. Stuck behind that 11 car. Just can't seem to get around. Sky Commons, Baranowskis, Keith Batson, Dylan Pote, and Alex Ferranti are all going to get by. And now Ross trying to find a way to get around and will finally do so. And we got a couple stragglers. That's Zachary Fitzwater, Charles Sanford, Phil Parker, and Kyle Matthews. I think, car off pit, couple cars. Alex Drayton and Daniel Olson. Also, another car off the pace. That is Ron Bishop. And, I think Scott Roush is down a cylinder.
Either that or worse. Oh, no. Here comes the pack.
Oh,
no. Don't do it.
Oh, look out. And Burton's going to get hauled up by his own teammate.
I thought Burton was going to rear end.
And look out. They're going to... how are they keeping it together?
I can't look.
Oh, my goodness. Roush is definitely... There's something wrong in the 18 for sure. There is something wrong. He's only going 151. There's something wrong. He must have broke a gear or something. And look at Kyle Matthews swing down low. He was way off the pace, and look where he came out of nowhere. What's going on with the Toyotas?
Coleman is driving like Colt Trickle, I think, on that deal.
You're not kidding. Woo. Kyle Keefe took the worst end of that. Same with Charles Sanford. Ron Bishop going to get by some cars, but holy cow, that 18 is really off the pace. Meanwhile, that's pack number 2, keep in mind. I do want to quickly mention about Joshua Osborne. Now, we were here last season, and he won this race. Since then, he has been winless. It's been 30 races since his last win. However, Atlanta's been a good track of his, so don't count him out. Another car down pit. Oh, now Roush is down pit road. I think that was a K. I think he may have had a tire go down. Because you can see that they're getting tires on the right side.
And 55 miles an hour down pit road. That is a killer here at Atlanta, too. 55. Yeah. Especially under green flag conditions.
No kidding. A couple cars just a bit off the pace. Not a whole lot. Zach Flickinger, Eric Burton restarted as the leader. Anthony McCurry and Levi McIntyre trying to catch up to Kat Batson and others. Give credit to Kat Batson. I mean, she did not start off the season great. She had her first top 10 at open roads and then kind of got into some issues over at Papyrus. And here she is in the top 10 here at Atlanta with a really good run for KAB.
Meanwhile, Burton and a few others are trying to close in right there to this pack of cars there. And I actually really like Burton's throwback scheme to Casey Kane.
Definitely so. And you can kind of see those 4 reeling them in because they're mostly single file. They're not really pack racing. These guys keep pack racing. It's allowing the others to catch up. Look at who you got in this main pack as now those 4 will come on in. You got Finguy for Finguy Pastrami Racing, KAB for Kat Batson, Sega Keith with Trent Dunham, which of course would be the one-time deal in that number 1, especially with that font right there. Brett Pritchard in the 8, Kate Anderson the 3, Cody Lamas for Hendrick, Benjamin Miles in that single car team at Hertz Racing, Michael Walton for MWR, not Michael Waltrip Racing, Michael Walton Racing, Levi McIntyre in that single car team for the Thrash Maniac Racing. Flickinger for Flickinger Racing in the 96. McCurry for Kyotech. And that is it.
Angle of cars right there and some good racing. Burton already challenging him for a top 5 and looks like he's up to 3rd at the moment.
And you got to give credit to Finguy right there. He has definitely not been having a season in both series. Here he is up on the front. Good to see him up here finally, though, because, man, I'm telling you, he has no luck at all. For some apparent reason. He's had one good Xfinity season, and then ever since his move to the 92, it's just everything that wanted to go wrong happened. With the exception of another season where he drove the 12 and had a championship competition, but after that, it's just been no show for the 92 team.
Finguy's no stranger to that 92 ride, to the number 92 neither.
No, and they're catching up to a car here. I'm trying to see who that is. That's Nathan Hudson. Now, he's not terribly off the pace like Roush was, but he's still off the pace. And who's going to get by? McCurry. Flickinger now will swing his car down low, and now the drivers on that high line are going to have some difficulty. See Finguy trying to push the 11 up the course, and will do so.
Be wide on the backstretch too with Hudson on the outside.
Oh, and look at Cody and Levi McIntyre. They got stuck behind the 11, and they're really just riding with them now. They're not really trying to make a pass. Now Cody will get by. Levi trying to follow, and will finally do so. That's good news for pack number 2, who really got a good gaggle of cars on by. Holy cow. Now they better get by quickly so they can catch up to McIntyre and others. Leading them down is Clint Spillman, which for the first time not in his John Deere Chevrolet. Of course, he's running this and the throwback race at Talladega and the Looney Tunes scheme when we run over at Dubai, I think it was.
And of course, a lot of history.
Oh,
of course,
look out. That was a little close there. I didn't mean to cut you off, but they were kind of getting close to that 4-wide corner racing, and that would have been bad.
It truly would have been bad. And a lot of history with that T-Rex paint scheme, too. The Kevin Winston at Charlotte with Jeff Gordon.
Definitely so.
I recall correctly, went on to sweep the weekend, too, because he won a 600 at Charlotte the following weekend as well.
You can tell why we have Qualls in the commentators booth. It just makes good history. Now, Daniel Olson, he's not off the pace, but he is way in the rear of the field. Last scored 40th on the lead lap. I think. Let me double check here. Oh, my mistake. Him and Drayton are actually a lap down each. Hudson now 2 laps down, and Roush 4 laps down, still continuing. Where is the 18? There he is. Now he's up to speed again. I think that may have what happened. Either a tire went down. That may have been the case, because I thought a cylinder went down. But if that was the case, then he would really be off the pace. But I guess he must have lost a tire or something.
I thought, from my point of view, as slow as that car was going there at one point, I thought he blew up.
But it's good to see him actually get back going. James Qualls right now 27th, dealing with Zachary Fitzwater there, a fellow Dodge, and working with Seth Cole and Kyle Matthews. However, if a caution comes out, it will change everything for sure. But for right now, I kind of don't see it happening. But then again, stranger things have happened before.
A caution would be, yeah, you're right. A caution changes everything now, because I think with and that may have second round of pit stops for everybody else, I think, too.
Look at Zach Flickinger on the inside line, his final season in Cup. Obviously a big diehard Jeff Gordon fan. He wanted to go out in style in that 96. Trying to go out there, and Cap Batson is making an indication of come down pit road, and we're going to have green flag pit stops.
55 miles an hour down pit road. Don't want to exceed the speed limit.
Actually going 45 rather is the limit. So you're going 44 rather.
Yeah, better.
See if anybody else comes down pit road this time by. Or unless she's the only one.
The lead here, and he will do so.
He will. No one from this main pack's coming down. Or pack 2. Cap Batson may have been the only driver down. I think Cap Batson may play some strategy here. I mean, we have seen some strategy in the past before their quals about this track, and you can actually get some good fuel strategy, because this is a very well-known track to have fuel strategy come into handy.
Exactly. I mean, places like this track, also Charlotte and Texas have been known for that, and even both the 2-mile tracks like Michigan and Auto Club have been known to be fuel mileage races too.
And we're coming up soon to 10 laps to go. And look at that second pack. Ever so slightly, they are catching ground on that top 9. Don't count out these drivers at all. And the main thing I guarantee is this. If we catch up to, let's say, Nathan Hudson here again, that'll definitely change the thing too. Right now, the top 9, Finguy, Dunham, Miles, Anderson, Flickinger, Pritchard, Walton, McCurry, and Burton. All out, and I think Flickinger is making an indication he is. Yep, they're definitely doing fuel strategy. You can see as Ron Bishop also down in the 88. Jessica Shelton also down. Kyle Matthews, Dylan Poteet, they're down.
I think to some extent, though, if you pit earlier, though, the better off you may be. And some of these guys, like what you see there coming down pit road, there, Flickinger, Shelton, several others, they are.
Trent Dunham is going to stay out. Everyone else from that main pack's coming down. Oh, Kev Shear coming in a little hot right there, and he's actually going to pass a couple cars. Not a bad move by the 00 there. Take some benefit right there. Nice move.
And they say the Landon Castle car is a piece of trash.
Or in this case, Buckshot Jones. And Dunham's going to come on down. I believe he was the only driver other than Art and McIntyre to come down pit road. So, yep, there they are. Trent Dunham, Levi McIntyre, and John Art coming down pit road. Now, one driver I'd like to keep an eye on is the 58 car. Where is she at? There she is. Now, remember, she was the first of the drivers to come down pit road, and she was the only one of that pack.
Baranowski's trying to steal one away, huh?
Possibly. You never know. Batson right now, 36. Now she's going to be passing some cars left and right. It was an interesting strategy. I'll give her some credit. Her and Kyle Matthews, they're going to gain a bunch of spots right there.
That's what I was going to. That's what I was saying. You got some of those cars pitting early and everything. I think they're thinking is.
Oh, another car coming down pit road. It's Anthony McCurry.
They're thinking is the earlier you pit, the better off you could be to try to steal a win away from some of those who's dominated this event.
Definitely so, and I believe exiting pit road. I am not sure who the leader is. I think it may be... Oh, and a problem for... Or, no, never mind. That's Drayton. He's coming back down pit road. I believe Trent Dunham is the leader. Yes, indeed. Zach Flickinger, Benjamin Miles, your top 3. As when we come to the line this time by, will be 6 laps to go. And the leaders will get around Nathan Hudson. That is a good sign right there. Literally all Chevys in the top 3. Look, actually all Chevys within the top 6, rather. Top 7. The best non-Chevy is Jeffrey Finguy in the 8th position. Look how one race can change right there. And look who has slipped into the top 10. Where has this guy been all race long? Kev Shear in the 00. However, Hudson's going to hold him up and... Oh, is he going to get it? Slide underneath? Yes, he will. Jess does, too. Oh, we got a car now, pit road. It's Osborne. A problems for the 27, so he will not go back-to-back this season. And I believe McCurry, he's getting black flagged for whatever reason. I don't know if these guys are going to catch the top 3. They're about a couple seconds back, but if they do, they got to go single file and work together. What they're doing right here, it ain't going to work. Because look at last time by. Yeah, they lost ground.
I mean, and that's one thing that some people must understand. I mean,
McCurry's got a problem. Oh, that's what's going on. The 61's got a problem.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, you can see he's losing speed.
Coming on like gangbusters. I was hoping he's kind of hoping to from McCurry.
Caution comes out now. The race will be over. And look at Finguy has slipped into the top 5. How about the Advanced Auto Parts Ford? Kind of bit of Frank Kimmel right there.
Oh, yeah.
And McCurry is barely going to make it on the pit road. They're not going to throw the yellow. 2 to go for the top 3. They're catching up on the Scott Roush. I don't know how much of a factor it'll be, but these 3 are really gaining them.
It will be a factor because the way those top 3 cars maybe are coming for him, and they may catch him on the last lap.
Trent Dunham, Zach Flickinger, Benjamin Miles. We're going to see the white flag here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. 1 to go. Look at Flickinger trying to get his final win in the Cup Series. He's already got his Xfinity win. Now he wants his Cup win. And what a way to do it at Atlanta. Trying to hold off Benjamin Miles. He's going to slip up, though. Here comes the 43.
I'll leave the door open for Miles on the inside.
But he throws the block. Flickinger, can the 18 get out of the way? Not an issue. Checker flag. Zach Flickinger's going to win in Atlanta. How about that? The Exalta 20th Anniversary Edition Chevrolet in his final start at Atlanta will pick up the victory in the Throwback Race Weekend. How about that?
What a race.
His final season altogether in the Cup Series and Xfinity in the NRSL. He's going to pick up the victory in car 96. Unreal. And for a bit, I thought he let the inside open for Miles, but he played a little bit of trickery, and it worked out. And I don't believe this. Look who slipped into 4th out of nowhere. Jessica Shelton.
As a lady who has a love-hate relationship with Atlanta, too.
And here's the crazy thing. When we ran here at T-Mobile, she actually won this race. And it's the good old classic saying their quals. Where does she come from?
Oh, my gosh. She's about like the Kevin Harvick of this series, almost.
Oh, my goodness gracious. Well, she is having a dream season. She is the Daytona 500 winner, and her season just continues to shine right here. Let's get your top 10 finishing results. They include Zach Flickinger, Benjamin Miles, Trent Dunham, Jessica Shelton, Jeffrey Finguy, Kate Anderson, Brett Pritchard, John Art, Zach Rogers, and Eric Burton. That completes your top 10. Here's the rest of your finishing results. We'll mention our top 20 right now. And they include Kev Shear, who just missed the top 10, but he'll still come away with an 11th place finish. Great run for the Chiefs at Chevrolet. Sky Commons in 12th. Levi McIntyre 13th. Keith Batson 14th. Audrey Baranowski's 15th. Kyle Matthews 16th. Cat Batson 17th, Alex Ferranti 18th, Johnny Gardner 19th, and completing the top 20 is Dylan Poteen. And here's the rest of the field. 36 cars finished the race on the lead lap. 37th on down finished the race a lap or so more, including Alex Drayton, Daniel Olson, Joshua Osborne, Scott Roush, Nathan Hudson, and Anthony McCurry will all finish the race laps down. What an unbelievable race that was, though, nonetheless. Wow.
Sometimes I think our engine builder needs help for our team.
You're not kidding.
28th and 39th. That's pathetic.
Trust me, I can feel them. I can feel they're my team there at times. But again, I do want to thank James Qualls in the booth with me. I'm glad that you got to be a part of this race. Hope you had fun, and it was just great to have you here because it isn't a throwback race weekend without you here, man. I'm saying that in all honesty.
A pleasure to be here. I mean, and a great finish we had at Atlanta. And by the way, like that scheme that Flickinger had on there too. There's shades, and I guess you might say in some ways how he pulled that one almost shades of Gordon winning at Martinsville in 2015.
Definitely so.
McMurray.
That was definitely a good finish regardless, though. Thank you guys for joining. If you want to check out Qualls' channel, please be sure not only to check out the NRSL Sports Gaming where he has a series, the Castrol GTX Cup Series, but also on his channel where he uploads his own videos as well. I'll be sure to put a link in the description down below, or if not, then Qualls is going to find a way to Kentucky chokeslam me in some type of way. Until then, if you like to be sure to give it a like, comment your thoughts, subscribe to be part of the NRSL by hitting that subscribe button down below. And for those who are watching Premiere Mode, thank you so much for joining on in. Also want to give a quick shout out to all the painters who got to paint all these cars, from Kyle Keith, Connor Meyer, RJ Bishop, Zach Flickinger, Eugene DeMax, and others, even you, Qualls and Seth. Bottom of my heart, thank you so much. It would not be without you guys what it is today, and I'm very, very thrilled and blessed to be doing this right here. Until then, we will see you guys later for next week when we head over to Chicagoland. The second half of the regular season coming on way. Hopefully, a lot of good things are to happen. Until then, we'll see you guys later, Qualls. You can go ahead and say on your final words there. Go right on ahead.
Catch you later.
That's all, folks.